Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel, man. Great guys, I've decided to make another video on the train system. There's been quite a few guys struggling with the train system, and I've investigated it thoroughly after struggling with the train system on another map that I've done for someone else. I wasn't so struggling, but it was just a host of confusion between the two maps of the in-game system, you know, the US map and the French map. I haven't even checked the Alpine map, but they use the train system differently, and I think that is why people get confused, you know. And I managed to figure out something, and I want to just take you guys through the whole process and just run through everything, and let's just have fun together, you know. So anyways, what I've done now is I've just copied the train system into my test map. This is a flat map, or one of my flat maps, the 2x flat map that's available for download. But anyway, like while we're busy talking, just hit that subscribe. There's a little button there on your on your screen next to my channel that says subscribe. Just hit that little button now, man, and also the little bell, then you'll know when I put new videos up. Anyway, I've just gone to the in-game map, map US, the train system, as well as the selling station train. Copied that into my map directory here. Map, that's my start map, and I've just added both those directories to my map. So I'm gonna just run you through the process of building the train system and what you need. It's gonna be very quick, don't worry about it. I'm just running you through everything that I've done so far. So now, to get the train system in our map, we're just gonna import first the train system from our map, which is I always work out of my mods directory, where I put all my mods for my game. Start map is in there, and then I'm going to go into the placeables, and right at the bottom will be the train system. So I'm just going to import that. So I've just copied that folder from the in-game map into my map, and then imported it into my game. So now we're going to quickly modify this, but while we're at it, let's just import the selling station train as well, because you have to have both those on your train system. Now the selling station train is where the key is. Selling station train map, start map, selling station train. Where's the i3D? Oh, sorry, I can't use the i3D from there. I need to get the i3D from the in-game, which is at data. I've just copied the XML into my map there. Maps, it's placeables. Sorry guys, placeables, maps US. And if you use, it's always best to must stick to the map. So if you use the US one, use the US selling station train, you know, just to be sure that there's no coding in the background that we don't know about, you know. That's giving problems. Anyway, so here we are. So there's the selling station train. You'll notice the train system always needs to be at 0, and even in your placeables.xml, when you bring that into your placeables.xml, you're going to have to put the train system at 0, and there it is. This is the Alpine one, so I'll just bring in the US one later on, and then we will do that. This is the French map. I'm not going to use the French map. I want to use the US one, so we'll get to the US one just now. Alright, to build the train system, it's simple and easy. We just quickly make the train spline visible, and we're going to manipulate this. Now the key of your spline, guys, I've realized the start and end will always be not outside of the map, but outside of your triggers. Now how the train system works, it's got, I'm just going to quickly explain to you here. The spline start and end needs to be outside your map triggers. So all the triggers that you're going to place on your map, as long as the start and end is not inside those triggers somewhere, you're going to have no problems. That is one of the key factors. And then note the direction, guys. If you select the spline, use the right arrow once, and it will go to your start. Okay, and then we can move closer just to have a look. So that's the start of it, and if I use the right arrow, it will move along the start of the start side of the spline towards the end. So this train is going to run that way around, so it's going to go anti-clockwise by the looks of it. Yes, it's anti-clockwise. Okay, so it starts there, it runs out, and it comes back to the end. Now what happens is, where it comes into your map, that is actually the start node, or the start of the driving range. There's a driving range. Now the driving range, what that does do, it's got a start node, and you'll immediately notice that the American one, this is where the confusion comes in. The American one start node is actually at the end. So for some reason their train is running backwards by the looks of it. The start node is there and the end node is there. Now I'm actually tempted to run into the in-game map and see which direction this train is actually running, because according to the spline here, it should be running anti-clockwise, through the map. So I'm just quickly going to run into the game with you and verify that, because it doesn't make sense that the driving range is in reverse order, and this is what's confusing, and I'm sure a lot of you guys has got the same issue why it's confusing. If I look at the French maps train system, it is running perfect and it's the right way around and it's working great. And after I've discovered the differences between these two, I've realized it's best to have them in order, and then the train works great first time around, that start and end node, as well as your train selling station, the selling station train. That is very important to have that at the correct spot too. Okay, so let us quickly go into the map while we're there, and now let's just escape. Let's get past all the formalities, and now I want to just run to this train caller and visit it quickly and press R to rent it. Oh my word, so this train is on. Oh, we can actually just escape. We should see the icon coming into screen, and that's the other thing, you won't see an icon unless it's at the driving range, guys. So I'm going to visit this because it was far away, and just press R here to give it back and re-rent it. And now we can immediately see the train is running. You'll see the icon will pop up now as it goes past the driving range spot. There it is. Okay, so this train is definitely running that way. It's running. Let's see what is going on here. If I look at this, it is running anti-clockwise. It's definitely running anti-clockwise, as the spline suggested. Let me just quickly run here, put in, just for fun. I wish I could see the whole spline, but I know this spline is going to go. Is it now going that way around? Alright, so it's definitely running towards the last bit, where is Grand Pool East. Grand Pool East is where it's running towards. Okay, so we've established that. Let's just dump out of here. Now if we look at this spline that they have here, by the looks of it, it's definitely the positioning on the map for that spline. It's definitely running anti-clockwise. So from start, like I said, to end, it's definitely running that way. But look at where's the driving range start node. It's on that side. Now the driving range start and end node shows the visible driving of the train on the map. So that's the range that the train will be driving on your map. So it's starting there and it's ending there, and it's there where it's becoming very crazy, strange, and I can say, what can I say? Not so nice, So I'm just going to move that out of the way, and let's import the French one, placeables, a French one, train system. Let's pull that in here. And let's just have a look at this spline, how this is set up. Now this is where it's becoming interesting, you know. So here you have the French train. You can clearly see the driving range, the start and end is there. So let's just determine how this train is going to run. So you can see start. So it is going to run clockwise. So this is going to run clockwise, where the other one was running anti-clockwise. So this train is going to start here, run over the map, and go there, where that one was going to start there and run over the map. So this one is clockwise and that one is anti-clockwise, just to make sure of our facts, you know. So if we have now a look at this French map's driving range, the start node is there, which makes sense because the train comes in there, it starts there and it ends there, which perfectly makes sense. Now your sailing station train should be on the outside of your end node. It should be there, where on the French it is, but on the American map it is, but it's on the past of the start node, which doesn't make sense. So in my mind, the American map, I think the guys got a bit confused in the making of the thing, and they reversed the start and end nodes, which I don't know if it's a big deal, but the train is working. So, but for us to keep things simple and easy, just always remember that where your start node is of the driving range should be where your train enters the map. All right, and then the end node should be just a little bit before the train exits, because you need some space on the map for your sailing station train, which is very important. Now I'm going to show you now the tips that I've learned in this, and what we can do is we can take this American model and sort of try and fix it and see if it works the right way around on their spline, you know. So let us do that. So I'm going to take my train system and just zero it again, because it needs to be zero always. Don't move your train system, leave it at zero always, guys, because the moment you move your train system, you're going to have a problem and your train is not going to work, I promise you. Good. All right, so here we go. So first things to do is grab this well, we've got a working spline here, and our train should definitely be working like that. But let's say we want to modify this train system a bit. So I'm going to just make things simple. Grab this train spline, put right arrow once, give us one right arrow again, and then start deleting a few of these nodes. There's way too many of them, first of all, for us as on a video, so I'm just quickly deleting a few of them. I think when we're out on the other side we should have enough. And that's the key thing that I wanted to show you of getting your train to work properly is going to pop up now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to the start, which will now be very simple and easy. There it is. And I'm going to start my spline somewhere else just to show you that I'm doing this on my map. But you want to use your start off map, obviously. So I'm going to move my start there, and then our next point, I'm going to right arrow once. Our next point we want to put on the map. Control B, just drop it there, and then I'm going to put one more point off the map, which will be, oh, mind you, let's just put two more in here. Control B, just to be sure. 1 and 2, like so. Alright, so we have 3 nodes on that side of the map. And then I'm going to go 1, Control B. So we have some nodes just to work with. Control B and Control B. So there you've got 3 on the outside, or the exit of the map, where the train exits. Alright, and then I'm going to go right arrow once, Control B, and put 1 out there. Oh, why is it not working? Control Z. Why is it not moving? It should move. So let's just bring this one that side of the map, because I want it to be going off there. Alright, I think that's perfectly alright. So we have our spline going underneath the map. Is it underneath the map? It doesn't really look like it's underneath the map. Does it really matter? I'm not too sure, but I'm just going to put it a little bit like that so it's under the map. Just for my own sake of mind, but I don't think it really matters, so let's just put it under the map. But be careful with this, guys. You don't want to make slopes that your train can't drive up on. I've had that a few times, and the train gets stuck outside of your map. So if your slopes is too high, it's going to be a problem for your train to drive up. For some reason it gets stuck. Okay, so now, guys, we've got our spline starting there, going around and ending there, and we've got 3 nodes on the map itself. And now you can imagine we've made a train system that runs all over the map and then finally ends here. That's in your mind, so it's just not physically like that now, but for the sake of the video, just keep it like that. Now the driving range, guys, you want to start the start node. Now they've got the driving range here on there, but I'm going to put the driving range where it should be in my mind, where the train enters the map. So what you do is you find one of these nodes. There it is, that little blue dot. You go Control B and you click next to it like that, and it should jump to it. Did you see it jump to it? I'm just going to put it somewhere else here. There it is. So if you put it like that, I've found it's causing a problem and it's not going to work. It needs to jump to that blue dot. So I'm going to do that again, Control B, and then I'm bringing my mouse close to it. I'm not on it. I'm just bringing it close to it, next to it, and you'll see it immediately. The moment I leave my button, it jumps to that blue dot. Then you know for a fact that your start node is on the spline. So that is one of the key things that I've realized. The start node needs to be on the spline. Alright, so here we have another strange situation. The blue dot is there. It's just the way the spline is laid. So I'm just going to use this one because this one is closer to the actual. If you have a lot of nodes, then your spline will not look like mine, you know. So I'm just going to use this one here for the sake of peace of mind, and I'm going to put my end node there. Control B, just like that, and once again I'm going to put it next to it, and it should jump. So I'm going to leave my mouse, and it didn't jump. So we know there's something not kosher here. So I'm going to come in closer. Control B. I'm going to put my mouse next to it, and it didn't jump. Control B. There you go. That one worked. So it popped onto the blue. So you just keep on doing that until you've tried this side of it, that side of it, until it jumps onto the blue dot. If it's onto the blue dot, all is well. Alright, so that's your start and end node. And the last thing we want to do is grab the sailing station train, and exactly the same thing with that needs to happen. You have to have it on the blue dot. So Control B on there next to it, and it jumps onto the blue dot. Then you know that 3 things are connected to the spline, and that's what makes your train work. If the start, end and sailing station train is connected to your train spline, then you know your train is going to work. If you have your train running on the map and you can't get onto it, in other words, you hire the train comes, it stops, and you press E and you can't get onto the train, this is your problem here. One of your points, the 3 points, is not connected to the spline. I've done that 1,000 times last night and found that if one of them is not connected to the spline, boop, you got a problem. And that is where the key is. Alright, so that's the first thing I want to just show you. So now we've got the train set up in the map. So we're going to save the map just like that. So now that the map is saved, I'm going to take my train system. I'm going to say File, Export with Files. I'm going to go to my mods folder where my map is. There's the start map. And I'm going to override my placeables, train system in the map. There it is. I'm going to override it because we've made changes to that one. We've customized it now. So I'm going to replace it, and I'm going to say I want to have everything from the in-game map in the train system, just to have it a small i3D in my map, just a custom one, but everything else is in the in-game map. That's what we're basically saying there. So I'm going to leave this map open, and then we're now going to go to our XMLs, quickly get the XML set up. So on the map US, this is our map. We need the map US placeables. Two things we need. We need the train system. Copy that into our placeables. This is my map here. If you want to pause the video and check the directories, this is my map. Control V. And we also want, in the map US, we want the store items. There's a selling station train. Just going to quickly have a look where it is. Train system, here it is. And you will see we're going to need all of this. I'm not going to copy the selling station wood. I've never figured out what that is for and how it works, but I'm just going to skip that for now. So I'm going to copy all the information of the train system with all the locos on it. And this is for the US one. So for you guys that don't know, the loco 4 is the diesel, loco 1 is the electric. So if you use the French one, you'll see loco 1 is up there. So just to give you an idea there. So into our map, we're going to go into our store items, and I'm going to just drop it in there. Control V, just like that. And now we want to take our train system. We've modified the two things, the selling station train as well as the train system. So this needs to come to my in-game folders. So I'm going to go to my map, just verify where I've put it. It's under placeables, train system. Okay, so now I'm going to just quickly grab this directory here, copy that into here, overwrite this up to there, just like that. So that's our train system. It's in our map, not in the game anymore. Right, so that's it there. And then as well as the selling station train, I've put that in another directory. So I just want to grab that directory. It's in selling station train, selling station train. I normally don't do it this way, but for the sake of the video, just do it that way. I normally put it in my in one folder, all my XMLs called XML, you know, which makes sense. Keep all your selling station stuff together in one spot. But for the sake of the video, let's just leave it there. Now, that is the two things we need from the store items, and they are done. Train system. Save that. And now just back into those two. In here, in the selling station train, this is my map. So in that XML, you can change your train name to Bob's train or whatever you want to do. This is your selling station for that. All right. So that just will be your train's name. And then if you want to do this too, we need to adjust. Now, in the selling station train, you've got the two nodes, the hotspots. Sorry guys, my dog Milo wanted to go outside, so I had to open the door for him. Anyway, so sorry for that. You have the two hotspots, which is, this is the start and end node, believe it or not. And what this does, it just pops two icons on the map. For some reason they wanted those icons there, but this is the start and end node. So all you do is on your map, go to the start node where it enters. Grab the sorry, that's the first one, the X, Control C, almost made a mistake there, and put that in there for the first. And then in here, the Z one, copy that, goes at the end. That's your start node, Control V. And now notice here we've got them in the right order, in my mind, you know. So there's the end node where it goes out. Copy, Control C. So that will be our end node, and our Z for that will be that there. Copy. and in there, Control V. Alright, so there it is. So this XML is done and dusted. The R3D is still in the map. We don't modify the R3D, but on our train system we are definitely modifying the R3D, so we need to sort that out. So into our map, train system, and then train system here. This we need to modify. So I'm going to grab this that runs to the train system, Control C, and just in here point it to the right R3D, because remember, if you don't see your changes on your train system in the map, remember to come and do your train system.xml. It needs to point to your maps R3, not the map R3D, but your train system that you've modified. It needs to point to that one. Okay, placeables, data placeables, that's the wrong one. What's going on here? What have I got here? Oh, I haven't fixed this yet. It's in my store items, man. Where's my store items? This is my store items. It's maps, map Alpine train system. There it is. I'm almost pointing to the wrong thing here. This is the US placeable. So I've got way too many things open now. So I need to point to my train system there. Maps, map Alpine placeables, train system. So this is my map directory to my R3D, which will be here. There it is, train system.r3d. This is the custom one that we've just saved and overwritten in my map. Okay, and that's the XML for it, which we are pointing. We also need to fix that. So it's maps, map Alpine, and then before that we need a dollar data, not data, sorry, mapdir, mapdir, like so, and another dollar and a forward slash. Okay, so that points to our map directory, and then maps, map Alpine to the correct XML. And then in our store items we've got that, and selling station train we've got that. Perfect, that's the two XMLs, and we've modified them all, so all should now be working and well, except for selling station train also needs a placeable. So back into map US, dollar data maps US, Control F. Let's just see if we can find it by eye quick. With train, selling station train, there it is. Control C, we place this into our placeable. Control V, and then just put where's the store items? This is my store items. Just grab this directory here, Control C, in there, and then overwrite this poiky here, Control V, just like that. So and then grab the mapdir and forward slash. Very important, otherwise your stuff doesn't work. Can't find this, can't find that, will be the error. Okay, and then very important, the positioning of your selling station train, which we have put there at the end of the map. Remember, that's the last thing we did. So I'm going to go Control Shift C on this one, and it will copy all three into here. Select that to highlight it, and Control and V to paste our three stuffies in there. Okay, and then save the XMLs. A train system, this is my train system. Make sure we've got everything sorted here. Nothing else to do. Save it up. Alright, let's quickly go test it in map, or in game rather. Test map. This is start map. I wonder what did I name this. I can't remember. I think it was just start map or test map or something. So let's have a look which map it is. Pilgrims, your map name. Here we go. Copy. Start. Always have the console open just to see if there's any funny business going on with the train system. Oops. There were some red errors there, which is always not good. But it might be because it's a start map. It just might be stuff hanging in the air. And I hate this white screen. You can't read anything on this thing. You know, it is so annoying. Anyways, let's just run up and see. Oh, that's the traffic blockers. We didn't bother about them. Oh, you know what? We forgot, guys. This is farmlands. I hope this is not going to mess about with our train system. I forgot to, let's just see if the train is working, by the way. We forgot to put the railroad callers, guys. Okay, let's just go and fix that. Yeah, my map is hanging. Alright, so I'm going to have to come out of here with an exit command. Okay. I'm going to quickly have to fix my map, and then once I fix the map, I'll get back. Thought I'll just take you guys along for the ride. Why not? Map Alpine. We're going to quickly just fix the farmlands. Just going to go in here. Let's just blank this out like so. And then just grab that there. Control C. Or V like that. Grab that. Control C. Control V like that. There you go. Farmlands sorted. Right, and then that should be only one farmland up in there. Go in here, farmlands 1. Yeah, it is only farmlands 1. That's why we had the problem. And then quickly do the railroad callers, guys. Very important. Now the railroad callers, they don't matter. They just need to be close to the spine or the spline. Control B. I'm just going to drop one here. Let's come Control B a little bit further into the map, like say there. Have one Control B there, and another one railroad caller, Control B. And while we're at it, Control B, let's just drop some stuff here. Control B, just like so. That's just the stuff that's all been there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the spline invisible. Very important. And then just overwrite that again. Export with files. Make sure you're in your train system. Save it. Replace it. Yes and yes. And now we can go in game and hopefully we can have a working train and a map. Hope so. All in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding, my dad used to say, you know. So let's just have a quick browse. So yeah, like I said, guys, the key is to have your start and end node as well as the sailing station train. All three of those need to click to the spline. It seems to be the thing that is causing the issues. So there you go. Just wanted to see what that red warnings was, or yellow warnings. Ah, that's just a traffic. There's no traffic spline, so there won't be any need for that. So what we can do now is just jump onto our train caller, go visit it, and there's our spline. I thought I said for the spline to be invisible. How is this possible? F1. There's our train is coming, R. So it will be arriving. Should be stopping here, so we can get onto it. I've actually just rented it too late. And there you go. If you get onto your train, you know all is well. So I can now use the train and go crazy. Well, guys, I hope it's been exciting and educational. That's the point of the video, is to just show you those three things. Just to recap, is your start node, your end node, and note the train stations has been called Bob's train. Remember the train's sailing station.xml, and then these our rented train, the 3 points which you can just pop next to the track somewhere where you can rent it. As long as it's close to the spline, it will work. It doesn't need to be on the spline. But that three, the sailing station, which is I believe somewhere here, we've put it in there. It's invisible on the map. And then obviously your start and end node needs to click to the spline. And remember to make the start and end node of your train system off the or outside of these triggers. So they just need to be outside of these triggers, even if you have to do it right here on the edge and then just move it off screen a little bit, as long as the start and end of your spline is outside of the workings of this train. If you have it in here, I've tested, it doesn't work. Alright, so just do it that way, all should be well. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and do share my videos, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.